Hello and welcome to another fab episode of Diva's Diaries. My name is Alana.
My name's Meghana, and we cannot wait to get into the 90s in particular and what made the 90s so great.
I know. The feeling of it, the nostalgia, whether it was the fashion, the crazy makeup, the makeup mistakes that we did big time.
Oh my God.
I am rocking a very lip-lined lip today, obviously in honor of the 90s, of course.
Oh, babe,
What do you do normally?
Yeah, you're very put together. Your look's very put together 90s.
Well, I'm honouring my favourite Spice Girl, Scary Spice, so I had to.
You look fabulous.
So do you. You look amazing.
The 90s, I think, also, and I'm giving away my age when I say this, but they were simpler times, weren't they?
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So the internet was just at the brink of kind of taking over our lives.
Yeah.
It was still dial-up.
Yeah.
Where you had to wait for it to kind of connect to the internet and all of that. We were just about figuring out how to chat with each other on MSN. Did you ever chat on High Five?
I didn't do High Five. I did MSN, but just there and remember like the dial-up tone, like the crazy tone. And then you couldn't use the telephone in the house, the landline, when you were on MSN.
Yes.
And then my mum would be like, Alana, get off the computer. I want to talk to my friends, you know. Yes. And do you remember, not with the internet, but just on, like speaking on the telephone, the cords, it wasn't cordless.
No, it wasn't.
No.
But and the cords got longer.
Yes.
And longer and longer, so you could take the phone with you wherever you went.
And my dad would always be going crazy, my sisters and I, because we would shut the door and we'd shut the cord in the door. He'd be like, "You'll break that cord." And we were like, "We need to have private conversations."
You know what we used to do in school? We had this horrible prank where you used to ring somebody's number, let it ring a few times, you know they're coming to the phone, and then you disconnect. It used to be horrible, and you don't know who's calling because there was no caller ID in those days, and we just did this after school. This is what we used to do.
So good. But I think that it was simpler times, and in regards to people weren't on their devices all the time, you know, kids, because like you, I was very much growing up there. We were always outside. My mum would just kind of throw us outside, come back when it's dark for your dinner kind of thing, you know?
Absolutely. So when we talk about just like, let's say if we focus on divas, because we're on Diva's Diary, if there was one particular female artist that you were inspired by, that changed your life, that really made you feel seen and heard in the 90s, do you have one?
Absolutely. I don't have one, I have 5. The Spice Girls. For me, like I wouldn't be sat here today if it wasn't for the Spice Girls. I've completely dedicated my life to the entertainment business. And that is literally because of those 5 girls. Really, the Spice Girls. When I was a little girl, I was obsessed with them. There wasn't one corner of my room that didn't have a Spice Girl poster on. And it was like, you know, obviously the positive message that they put out into the world, the crazy fashion, the fun songs, but it was more what they stood for. Girl power. You know, why should the boys have all the success and all the fun? Girls can do it too. And I think at that a moment in time, growing up with those 5 women as role models, honestly, they changed my life. I don't even know where I'd be right now if it wasn't for them.
That's incredible.
And I was so fortunate. I love to tell this story. I was so fortunate to meet Baby Spice Emma Bunton. Yeah. I've met her twice now. I met her at an after party in 2012 in the UK. And then I met her a year and a half ago here in the UAE. And both times she is just so amazing and gracious and kind. And she really makes everyone feel seen. And both times I've met her, I've said to her, "Emma, if it wasn't for you and the Spice Girls, my life would not be where it is. Thank you so much for gracing so many millions of people around the world and giving them the power and the confidence, you know?" Yeah. And she received that so beautifully, and she's just,
amazing.
Yeah. They say never meet your heroes, but I did. She was fantastic. So
absolutely. And if Emma, you ever watch this, I want to thank you as well, because I mean, what would Dubai be without Alana, right? Now, one of my favorite divas from the 90s, Spice Girls were huge in India as well, by the way. They were fabulous. I remember they had a concert in Bombay, sold out. But my favorite 90s diva from Bollywood has to be Madhuri Dixit. Remember I showed you her picture?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Stunning.
You look very similar to her. That kind of vibe, yeah.
What?
Yes.
You just made... What?
Absolutely, babe. You've got the
Are you
whole...
just saying?
No, for sure, babe. Very, very similar.
And every girl in India wanted to be Madhuri Dixit, right? Because she was the ultimate epitome of grace, beauty, and she was supremely talented as well. She's such a fabulous actress. She dances like a goddess. So every girl wanted to be her. And at that time, she promoted a lot of body positivity as well. Because she's never been the skinniest. She's never been the fittest kind of person.
Yeah.
But just... fans adored her. She was absolutely stunning.
And you showed me a photograph of her back in the day in the 90s.
Yes.
And then now, and did you say she's 57?
She's 77 now.
She looks amazing. Absolutely
so
incredible.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, amazing. So, is she still acting and starring in movies?
On and off, she does like special performances.
Yeah.
She's a judge on like dance shows and things like that. But she's one of those names that you can absolutely never forget.
Yes.
Like when you sit down and when you talk about Bollywood, even 30 years from now, Madhuri Dixit is one of those names that is going to come up and will continue coming up and will continue inspiring other artists as well. Like you said, the Spice Girls inspired you to be the artist that you are now. I think Madhuri Dixit will be mine. I remember standing in front of a mirror and trying to imitate her dance moves. I was terrible, but I tried. And it just gives you so much confidence. It was fabulous. What a magical time in the 90s.
I mean, there's one thing about, admiring someone, but you never forget how people make you feel.
Yes.
And that is the essence of, if someone makes you feel something, that's priceless. And I think that's such a gift for individuals to have, making people feel and talking about, your icon and my icons, they've done that on a mass scale globally. What a privilege to have,
100%. I think that's such a great message to take away today as well as we come to the end of this edition is you could have the flashiest car, you could have the flashiest watch, you could wear the most glamorous designer clothes, but when you leave a room, how have you left the people in the room feeling? I think such a great message to end on. But before we wrap up, Elena and I both have a question from the 90s that we're going to ask each other. And let's see who wins this round, okay? Elena, you go first.
So, legit, we don't know each other's questions. We didn't plan this, okay? So, my question to you, Meghna, is I would love you to name all the Spice Girls, with their proper names in real life, with their Spice Girl name. Because I know a lot of people get confused, just like one or two there. So, I need you to tell me.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Okay.
There's Victoria Beckham. Before she was Beckham, I don't know what she was.
And what Spice Girl is she?
Posh Spice.
Yes.
Then there's Scary Spice, who's Mel B.
Yes.
Then there's Baby Spice, who is Emma.
Yes.
Is there one more?
Two more.
Sporty Spice?
Yes.
I do not remember her name. Mel C. Elena did not help me. I knew that.
Just whisper that.
No, I would have come to that myself.
And then the last one.
Sporty, Scary, Baby, Posh. Ginger. What's her real name?
Jerry.
Yes. Okay, my question to you.
Okay.
Name the 1994 Tom Hanks movie that won the Oscar for the best film.
Box of chocolates. Live. Forrest Gump.
There you go. That's
the camera.
That's the one. There you go. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Remember, focus on how you make people feel.